The purpose of this video is to show you how to install a magnetic door stop. Now you might be wondering, why would you need to install a magnetic door stop? Well, in a lot of ways you can take out two birds with one stone if you do this. One, if you have a door that needs a door stop to keep the door handle from hitting onto the wall, it's a great solution for that. But also maybe you have a door that does not stay open. That is one of the problems that I have with a particular door in my house, and it just so happens to be to my children's bedroom. And some of my children have figured out that they can put their hands in between where the door closes on the door frame, right where those hinges are, and that they can get their hands caught, and then, you know, it's the end of the world. People are crying, it's bad. So I want to show you how you can install this. It was actually very simple, and I was able to install this in about 5 minutes. So it's a really quick solution if you need to, do something to make sure your door is not going to hit the wall, or to make sure that your door is not going to close on its own.
I created a short reenactment to help illustrate the problem that I'm trying to solve. This is my child, we'll call him Grogu, and then this is my door and this area that my child likes to stick his hands in. So here he comes, and just like normal, he's about to stick his hand in the door, and wouldn't you know it, oh, the door closed on it, oh no, that's a problem. This is the insert that came with the magnetic door stop, and the instructions are on the back. The brand itself is Onward, and these are also some drywall anchors. If for some reason you needed to install this into drywall, you could do that with these anchors that are provided with it. So what I'm showing you here is I'm just showing you that my door, A, won't stay open, but B, I'm showing you the parts as they came assembled inside the packaging. All you do is you simply screw out that base part right there so you can attach that to the wall, and you'll do the same for the part that would attach to the door. There's a little insert that you would unscrew there as well. So once we have these unscrewed, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and attach the first one to the wall. So you can see here I've just pushed that up against the wall. I'm matching that up with the door itself, and I'm going to take a pin and I'm actually going to mark those screw holes so that I can then take my drill and pre-drill those holes. You know, on here I'm a big believer in pre-drilling holes so you're not splitting your wood, and in this case that was definitely a good decision. But you can see here that I'm just pre-drilling those marks that I've made. I believe the instructions called for a 3/32 inch drill bit, so it's a very precise amount, right? But you want to make sure that those screws are in there tight and that they're not loose, and ultimately could cause the door stop to damage your wall or fall off of the wall. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to install the screws here with my drill. Everything's going fine. It takes 2 screws to install this plate, so I'm installing the second screw here, and then after we install these screws, what will happen is we'll simply screw that cover plate right here on top of that base that we've installed, and that's a really tight fit. I was very happy with how that turned out, so no problems there. So after that, we're actually going to attach the piece to the door itself. What I'm doing here is I'm going ahead and I'm attaching that plate that we'll need to attach to the door. I'm holding that to the door to make sure it lines up with the door stop itself, and I'm taking my pin and I'm pre-marking the holes that I will need to drill with my drill. I will add a quick word of caution here. When you're going to pre-drill your holes, you want to make sure that you do not drill through your door, right? These screws will ultimately need to go through one side of your door, but you don't want them coming out the front. And in my case, the screws were not long enough to do that, but when you're pre-drilling, you could run into a situation where your drill bit goes through your door, so just be careful. But once you've pre-drilled your holes, you'll go ahead and you'll install your screws. You want to make sure that it matches up. Once again, that's all I'm doing here. And I will then assemble the door stop part that will attach to the door. There's a little indentation as well as a spring that will go into this larger fitting, and then you'll simply thread that onto the fitting that you've attached to the door already. So it's a pretty straightforward process. But once you do that, you'll be able to do some tests to see how strong the magnet is and how well it works. If I was going to give one critique about this door stop, I would say that I wish the magnet was a little bit stronger, because what I found was that the door stop itself, if you push it up to the door stop and you just let it rest there, the magnet will hold it. But if you close the door with any force, oftentimes it simply bounces off the door stop. You can see right there, it just did that. I closed it with some force and it just bounced off the door stop and didn't catch. So to activate the magnet, you will have to gently push this door up to the door stop to have it grip. So a stronger magnet would be great, But overall, it does accomplish the purpose that I need it to, which is simply to hold the door. You can see there, it's working fine.
Thanks for tuning into the video. My child thanks you as well. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, go ahead and drop a like, but also feel free to drop a comment if you have any questions. And if you really like the content, feel free to subscribe as well. I try to make videos like this on a weekly basis, just things that are going on in my life that maybe you might find helpful as well. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the next video.